Hey there, it's Marianne Maldonado and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping in today as I participate in a Great Escape YouTube hop with some friends of mine. We are taking you on voyages, whether it's our favorite place to go to, our favorite travel place, our place of little getaway like our local beach here, whatever we decide to use as a getaway or a travel or your great escape. So this is a picture of my son at Plum Island, which is not too far from here. It's near Newburyport, Massachusetts. It's absolutely gorgeous there. So what I've done is I got out an old, oh boy, I can't even think of the collection, from Crate Paper. It's a travel collection, and I'm just picking through the ephemera pieces to see what I would like to go with my photo. I decided that I was going to use this blue and pink world map, which is absolutely beautiful, and the colors are phenomenal with my photo. And as I'm looking at it here, it looks beautiful. But then I decide to switch it like 3 times, and you'll see that through my process. I went to a dark brown wood grain, and then I switched again. So I chose the envelope paper, like the little package postcard paper, sheet of paper, and I cut up several of the little cards, and my idea was to have a column going down the center of my page. That changes too a little bit, but in the beginning, this is what I start with, and so I trim them out, but they're not straight lines. So I have a little trick I do, because I obviously can't use my left hand, so I put a piece of double-sided tape on my hand and I stick the paper to it, and I'm able to fussy cut a little bit easier. Normal people, maybe I'm the normal one, I don't know. Normal people use hold their scissors straight and move the paper around through their scissors, which makes fussy cutting a lot easier. I typically have to move my scissors around the paper, which does not create for a nice solid cut or a nice clean cut. So this helps me a little bit with being able to maneuver the paper. So as you can see here. So I went ahead and trimmed all of those out. I spared you from seeing all of that. And then I'm lining them up and placing them in a color options that I like. And then I do stick them down on this paper. So when I removed them in a few moments, I have ruined the paper. I've kept it, of course, because hopefully there's some pieces of it maybe that I can salvage or use or build right over the top of where the paper has peeled up. So I back my photo with foam tape, and I like I said before, I write the dates on the back of my photos. So when I go to scrapbook them, I'm familiar with the date, and I don't have to go looking it up through my photos and find the photo, find the date kind of thing. And then I can just write it on my scrapbooking layout as I'm going forward. So the ephemera pieces, I just showed you how I like to clump. Excuse me. I take my photo and I'll just slide things in behind, move things around a little bit. Once I'm happy with the placement and the colors being sporadic around the photo, I will then take the photo off and then use a stapler sometimes if I can lift it without movement, or I use my tape runner, lift up the paper carefully and tack everything down. This is quite early in the morning that I was doing this, so my brain wasn't quite functioning. So I usually am a pretty quick sticker. Like, I stick things right down and go for it. I don't explore around my page or try to find other options. I go right to it and get to stick. And I have a couple friends who get mad at me for that because I can make a commitment pretty quick. Not in real life, only with paper. But my husband's even worse than I am. True story, he can't make a decision to save his life. He doesn't even know what color socks to wear. He wore uniform for so long that wearing civilian clothes is still difficult. And he's been out of the Marine Corps for a good, 13 years now. So, yeah. So the pink tag that I was using was a little too bold and bright. So I went back to just the neutrals, a splash of yellow, and I also bring in a touch more black in a few moments. Yes, see, this is where I decided it doesn't go. I just got too much going on. I just didn't like it, so I swapped it out. I saved you from going to the wood grain paper. I went back and forth with that for a little bit, and then I went with the white. And I know this collection is a cream base, but it worked for me. I liked how it ended up on the white paper with the cream focal points. So, and I did move my column of postcards and envelopes all the way over to the left side because my clump was quite heavy once I got done. I didn't realize how heavy that I had made it until I moved it to the layout itself, and it was just a little too cumbersome. And so I moved the postcards over to the left. So I tried piecing through what I think needs to be added. And it needed more yellow, obviously, because of the one bright yellow that's in there. The teal tag that's behind the photo is okay because there is a teal postcard over to the left. There's enough of the blue that brings it in, and the green down at the bottom also works with it. So it doesn't stop your eye right at the teal because there's quite a bit of the similar color around the layout. I don't know how long I've had this collection. I'll have to look. I think it's a good 5 or 6 years old, but when I knew this was an escape or a journey type of a commitment or a YouTube hop, I knew I wanted to take it back to that collection that I have. And this is one of the collections. I don't throw any crepe paper away. Even if I purge crepe paper, I don't throw anything away. Don't get me wrong. Even if I purge, I don't take away any crepe paper. I feel like it's classic. It'll last forever. So I keep it. I don't want anyone else to have it. If I can't have it, you can't have it. So I keep it all. I hoard it. I've got, oh my goodness, dinosaur paper. I can't even go back to how much stuff I have. Maybe the dinosaur's not them. Maybe the dinosaur's Basic Gray. Remember Basic Gray? Whew, one of my faves. So I'm wrapping it up here. I'm now dropping a few things down towards the bottom. I felt that the white space was a little bit too blah. So I wanted to add a piece of flair that comes with that collection. It's also a crepe paper flair. It's all one collection. And honestly, I hadn't cut it yet. This is my first time cutting it, and I've had it that long. There's so many collections that I love. And everything crepe paper, I feel like, can go together. You can mix 5 or 6 different collections and they'll all blend. So I add that kind of at an angle. I'm still trying to find a place for that palm tree, which we don't have palm trees here in Massachusetts, but I just evidently thought that palm tree needed to be on my layout. So a little foam tape to keep him dimensional. I also zhuzhed up all the corners of my ephemera underneath my layout too. I skipped that part for you because there was quite a few pieces that needed to be lifted. So I did that off camera. Actually, not off camera. I just skipped it because the same reason I skipped fussy cutting. It's, not something that is fun to watch. So I hope that you're enjoying my layout. I do add some black splatters in a moment. I did purchase this collection from Paper Issues. I don't know if you have a local store that you purchase from, but it is a small business and they are the fastest shippers. You always can get 20% off anything you order over there with code Mary capital ANN or the word friends. She always has a discount on her product, always. And she has over 600 free cut files, over 600, because I have 600 in my silhouette, but I don't know if it's exactly, I know it's more than 600, maybe 630 something cut files. Download them all. Get them all. She doesn't care. Use them. So here I used a larger paintbrush for the larger splatters. And then I remembered I didn't cover my photo. So I did put a piece of acetate over that. And then I get out a small paintbrush. And this gives me the smaller splatters. I like that. And I felt like it needed a little bit more black. It was a little too white in places. So I added the black to complement my flare in the back behind my photo. So I hope you have enjoyed me gabbing towards you. I hope you've enjoyed my layout, the way it's come together for me, my thought process. I hope to see you guys again soon. If you'll stick around, there'll be a few close-ups of the photo or of the layout, and hop on to the next gal. Thanks for stopping by.